Hey everyone, I am your astrologer Wonder Girl, taking you to new heights. Here is your daily forecast for the day of Tuesday, June 5th, 2018. And now before I get started, just two things. First of all, your weekly horoscopes are ready. They should be live first thing in the morning. I'm going to make them live when the moon enters Pisces, 5 a.m. Mountain Time, which is what, 7 a.m. Eastern. Sometimes, even if my weeklies are done, sometimes I don't like to release them on bad aspects or on void moons. So I've been holding them. Maybe they were done like the afternoon today until tomorrow morning, but your weeklies are in the way and should be up shortly, just so you know. All right, the second thing I want to mention is, of course, my June 2018 webinar. It's available, the recording, if you want to see what's going on this month. We do have Mars retrograde not coming and Mars in the South Node this week, which could be very frustrating. So if you would like to know the outcome, perhaps, of some of these events or how to handle them better, please check my webinar out at the link down below in my description box, for more information. Now for your horoscope, what we've got today is the moon in Pisces. Maybe I'll start there. The moon's going to enter Pisces at 5 a.m. Mountain Time. It was in Aquarius. And when the moon's in Pisces, it brings our attention, of course, to emotions, to the spiritual side of life, to focusing on what's going on behind the scenes. Not so much practical matters as it is now personal and internal kind of stuff, okay? Also, a lot what you'll get with the moon in Pisces is thinking about the past, taking care of some things from the past, making sense of the past could also be important, as well as like meditation, creativity, and sometimes I also think that a moon in Pisces is also hopefully good for sleep as well. A lot of times when you have sleep disturbances, for better or for worse, to me that's more of like a Neptune thing. So that's all that can come in with the moon in Pisces. Really just trying to go internal, go inwards here and figure things out in your dreams and your sleep through meditation, through spirituality. Really good here with this moon. And I actually really like today. I think the moon's making a lot of great aspects, because right after the moon enters Pisces, around 7 a.m. Mountain Time, 2 hours later, it's going to sextile Uranus, which just moved into Taurus. And I think what that can possibly bring here at 7 a.m., maybe there's some unexpected things that could come up, but because this is a sextile, I see it being an unexpected good thing, an unexpected opportunity. What that opportunity could be is for you to finally get more peace with the moon in Pisces, get more peace in your life. Maybe try to, the best we can with Mars in the South Node, try to overcome the past so that we can start to figure out what it is that we need to move forward. Maybe there could be some unexpected things that do come up, again, with money, with your confidence, with your talents. But I like to think any of these unexpected things that come up, or any of these unexpected insights that we get, are going to hopefully help us to feel more at peace about ourselves, about our talents, about our possessions, about the things that we have at our disposal to get what we want and need. All right, so I do like that early this morning, really just giving us a chance to check in with ourselves, who we are, what we're feeling, and to hopefully get some unexpected insights about how we can do things better or use our resources at our disposal in a better way so that we can feel more comfortable in the life that we're living. All right, so that's what I see there. Then the moon's just going to hang out, not really doing too much, till 6 p.m. the nighttime now, Mountain Time. And at 6 p.m. the moon, as it moves further through Pisces, is then going to make a sextile to Saturn, which I also really like. And I think what that will bring at 6 p.m. is an opportunity, again, a good chance for you to find more of the structure in your life in some way, to put more of the boundaries in place, more of the rules that you need to do the things that it is that you want. Boundaries and rules may not sound too fun, but when the moon's in Pisces, they're a lot of fun. Really helping you to give form to what's going on inside you, to what you're feeling, so that you can make sense of those things better, express yourself, what's going on inside you, as well, in a much better way. All right. So I do like today. I think there could be some unexpected insights that can come early in the morning that can be positive to help us feel more confident about ourselves and about the things at our disposal. That could happen. And then at the nighttime, we could get more understanding of what boundaries we need to put in place and of how we need to move forward, perhaps, on these insights that came up earlier in a more positive way, to make sure that we can make these things that we realized earlier in the day last and stick, and so that we can move forward on them, putting our life in the right place in a way that feels better for us with some of these realizations that came in. All right. I think that's what I see there. And then that's it. That's what's going on for today. The next aspect will not happen until 10 a.m. tomorrow morning. And that's getting kind of far into tomorrow, but that one's kind of a doozy because the moon is then going to move further through Pisces. It's going to conjunct Neptune, trine Jupiter, and then square this Sun Mercury thing. So that could be very interesting tomorrow morning. I'm sure I'll have more to say on it then, but can bring up a lot of things. With the moon on top of Neptune in a trine with Jupiter tomorrow morning can definitely help you to get in touch with your emotions, to transform yourself from the inside out, to make a change to who you are, to who you thought you were in a very positive way, so that you can meet the demands now of a new life or the way things are going in your life. But the square to the Sun and Mercury tomorrow morning may make it hard for you to put into words the things that are going on inside you, these positive things that are happening within you. May be hard for you to put them into words, may be hard for you to communicate them with other people. Other people may not get some transformation that's happening inside you. It could be hard for you even to process them logically, what you're feeling, but that's tomorrow. That's going to occur tomorrow morning, and I think today is really a good opportunity to let ourselves just like get spiritual, to let ourselves just like figure out what we're feeling emotionally, and to be creative and to see where that takes us so that we can get some good insights. And then tomorrow the challenge is going to be, now that you got some insights, now that you're trying to figure out how to use these insights to put your life in the right place, how can we communicate about them, let other people in on them, on what's going on inside us? How can we think more logically about it and take a step back to be more lighthearted, be more in the mind and less in the feelings that will come in tomorrow, okay? So that's what's going on there. Yeah, kind of interesting. Now, try to get things going on in the background. I wonder if my pen's just like a little dull, if I need like I might need a new tip for it. Because I was like, why is erasing taking so long? Other than the fact that this iPad's just like a big one. Okay. Now, stuff going on in the background. Where do I want to start? Mars in the South Node, since I talked a lot about that yesterday, it's still there. It's going to be there for a while. Mars in the South Node can make it hard for us to do things, to make things happen, to initiate plans. I know I spent a lot of time talking about that yesterday. Not a good time to make things happen. Someone did, however, mention in the comments, which was a good point. Maybe I haven't done the best at mentioning that myself, but Mars in the South Node, even though it may not be good for doing new things, is very good for doing old things. Taking care of things from the past, taking care of those issues, tying up some loose ends and getting those in order so that you can make space for the new things to come for you to act and initiate later. So it's not like don't do anything at all. It could be a good time to revisit some old issues and to kind of work them out. But again, with the South Node, we could want to force those old issues to make them better immediately, and really just needing again to be patient as you work some old things out before we can move forward. All right. So I think that that's just like a big thing going on. Someone else also asked in the comments, does that mean that we can't initiate anything until Mars goes direct? You know, it's not like the best time to do things when Mars is retrograde, I'll be honest. But Mars is going to be in this spot for like a long time. It's going to be in this spot for like 3 months. I think in August it's going to start to come out of retrograde and like start to move again. So it's like, I don't want to say not to do anything for the next 3 months. Like, you're going to have to do things. Things are going to have to be taken care of. So I think it'll be easier to do things in a few weeks once Mars moves out of the South Node spot. But just right now, especially while we're getting used to this energy, I might wait to make any big plans unless they are things from the past that are coming back to be addressed. And even then you may have to be patient with those things. Another reason why I said not to initiate specifically right now and not so much later, even though I haven't really thought much about Mars being like what that would be like 2 months down the road in August. But another reason why I say right now may not be the best time to start something new is not just because Mars is on the South Node, making it hard to do things, bringing up things from the past, but because this moon tomorrow is going to come into a third quarter moon, and third quarter moons, you don't want to start things on third quarter moons. You want to integrate everything that's you've experienced so far, tie up some loose ends. So that's the reason why I'm just saying, at least now until the new moon next Wednesday, it might be a good time to just like cool your jets a little bit, to take care of some things from the past, to tie up some loose ends instead of trying to push forward and to initiate. And if you have any big things you want to initiate, I might wait till the new moon next Wednesday to start doing some of that stuff again, even though Mars will still be on the South Node, and even though you may still have to be patient, okay? So yeah, so that's what I see going on. I think a lot of times with Mars in the South Node, it may not be to like not do things. Like I know that I've been saying not do things, and I still do think you should like push the brakes, but I think another message that's coming out of it is like letting more of your heart lead. Like stop trying to push, stop trying to force things to happen that aren't meant to happen. Like, I think a lot of times with Mars in the South Node, especially with Venus moving closer and closer to the North Node, which will be later this month, is saying you gotta let your heart lead. Like, if your heart's not in it, stop trying to do it. You know, stop trying to make it happen. Stop trying to make other people feel things that their heart isn't in. You know, you gotta wait and see how things are gonna all fall into place, you know? Yeah, it's a tough one with this Mars in the South Node, especially because it's stationing here. Like, it's one thing for Mars to be in the South Node and just like leave, you know, like, oh, it'll be here for a few days and then it'll be gone. But it's like, no, Mars is stationing right now. Like, it's stationing on top of the South Node. You know, and so I think that's what makes it a little bit harder, saying, look, you gotta be more patient than you would be otherwise. You gotta take care of some things from the past before you can start to move forward. And it's gonna be very, very hard to make progress unless these old issues are dealt with and integrated into your being, and until you've learned the lessons from them. All right, I hope that makes sense with Mars in the South Node. I was thinking about it after I was reading some of your comments today, and I was like, it's kind of funny, because the only thing that I've like wanted to do the past few days that I've like felt really good about doing is cleaning and like throwing stuff out. Like, I mean, I'll do other things that I need to get done, obviously for my channel and things like that, but they're like kind of a struggle. It's like the only thing I really, really want to do is just organize my apartment. It's not even organizing it. It's literally like throwing things out. Like, I'm gonna be in my apartment in like 4 months from now, and there's gonna be like nothing here, because I'm just gonna be like, it's gonna be like this month and next month where I'm just gonna be like, I gotta get rid of everything. I'm so nervous. Like, this is the only thing that's making me feel better. But it's like, I don't know why, you know? And like, that's still kind of like a weird thing to me. Like, why is cleaning my home like the only thing that like that I feel comfortable doing at the moment? It's kind of a mystery. But yeah, so that's kind of like my Mars in the South Node thing. I'm just gonna try to get all of that in order, and then of course I'm always trying to get my routines in better shape with my channel, but I'm just gonna try to get my home, throw everything out, deal with that, because that's been a thing that's been on my mind for a while, is like, my apartment's a mess. I don't feel comfortable here, so I'm gonna try to like fix that during this Mars retrograde and see what happens. Yeah. Yeah. Now, other things going on. Venus also in an opposition with Pluto today, exactly. So that could bring big changes in relationships, big changes in money. That could happen. So that big changes in your value systems, so that you can hopefully start to do more of what's more comfortable to you and settle into some of these things. Okay, with Pluto and Capricorn, we've been making some big changes for a really, really long time to put our life in a better spot. I think now with this opposition, we're finally starting to step into, well, we've been stepping into, but I think we're getting more information on how these changes are happening, where all the pieces are falling. And I think now that we're getting some of the final pieces of some of these big changes that we initiated at the beginning of this year, I think we're having to make some more readjustments again to our relationships, to our money, to what we value, so that we can, with Venus and Cancer, settle in, feel more comfortable. with some of the crazy changes that have occurred lately, taking us out of our comfort zone and making us focus on things that maybe we don't want to focus on. All right, so I think Venus here in opposition with Pluto is maybe requiring you or asking you to make a few more tweaks to your situation so that you can settle into some of the things that have happened since the beginning of the year. Now, more things are going to happen, crazy, unexpected stuff in October, but for the time being, I think we're just trying to tie up some loose ends, deal with old stuff, and make some rearrangements so that we can do the old thing better or settle into the old things, feeling much more comfortable about what's going on. Okay, so we've got that, and then the last thing that I'll mention, the Sun in a conjunction with Mercury, so lots of thinking going on, talking, trying to integrate your experiences from the past, coming back. I think we're just trying to let like the past few months to catch up to us, and that's going to happen in between like June, July, and August. And then once the past catches up to us, then all of a sudden we're going to feel like it's easier for us to start to make progress, but it's just a matter now of like integrating all of the things that are coming in. You know, it's like the Death Cab for Cutie song, Soul Meets Body. And it's like our body physically, now our life has changed, but now we need everything else to catch up, all the pieces to fall into place. And then once that happens, then we can tag the next person on the team. I'm mixing metaphors, but we can tag the next person on the team, and then we can start moving forward again now that we've settled some things out. And I think with Mercury in conjunction with the Sun, we're trying to understand who we are, what's happened to us, and integrate all of those experiences. Now Mercury in a conjunction with the Sun is in a square with Neptune, so again there could be some confusion because it's not just about integrating the past, but our spirit is speaking to us. There's a lot of emotional stuff that we're dealing with. So I think it's like we're trying to integrate things into our life, we're trying to move forward, but we're realizing, ooh, there are some old things I didn't take care of. There's some things from the past that I need to tie up before I can move forward, you know? It's not like all of a sudden you just drop your life where it is now and you live some other life. It's like, no. The old life has to like fade out, and we have to finish that and put a little bow on it before the new one can come in. And I think that's what we're kind of being asked to do. That's going on. And that's why the square between Neptune and Mercury, the Mercury and the Sun can be a little bit difficult, because we want to integrate, we want to have a clear break between the past so that we can move forward. We don't want to have so much emotional baggage, so many things weighing us down, so many big questions on our mind. Like the Mercury in Gemini is a thinker, quick-witted, you know, fast and playful. And Mercury in Gemini is saying, man, I want to think fast, I want to think clearly, I want to explore new things, I want to be playful and make jokes and be witty. And Neptune is saying, why? You know, there are other things going on behind the surface that you need to pay attention to, that you need to listen to. You can't make jokes when there's internal things going on. You can't be witty and clever and playful, because that may hurt my feelings, because there's things that I'm thinking and feeling. And so, you know, it's just like a little bit heavy sometimes with this square coming in with this emotional stuff that we're dealing with, some stuff from the past, some changes that we're trying to settle into. And I think it's just a matter of trying to get our life together, bring everything together that's been going on with us, and to get on the same page, our mind, our body, our heart, our soul, whatever, you know, so that we can, you know, move on. And it's kind of hard because I feel like there's like so many of these wires that have been crossed in our life, and we're like trying to untangle the mess that we found ourselves and untangle some of the wires so that we can move on. And yeah, and that can be the hard part, because we don't know how everything fits into place yet, and it's hard for us to think clearly when there's so many other things on our minds and on our heart that are weighing us down, and really needing to just be at peace, Like I think that's the best thing, you know, is to just find a way to find your peace, whatever that is, and so that you can feel better throughout this process. All right. Now your card is the 8. That's funny. The 8 of Wands reversed. This card is definitely the card of things going slow. Yeah, and that's really the only message that I have with this card. You got to take things slow. If you feel like things are going slow in life, maybe they need to go even slower. I've actually been hearing people say that a lot in some videos that I've been watching. Like, if you think you're going slow, you're not going slow enough. So yeah, I think that's the thing that I'm just gonna say with this card. Be patient. Calm yourself down. Like, why are you in such a rush to get to places, to have things happen? You know, you just gotta enjoy the moment. With this card, there could be delays that happen here. There could be frustrations, but know that if there are any delays, know that if anything is taking a lot longer than you want it to take, it's happening for a reason. Things are going slow for a reason. You know, you are not wasting time. Time is not being wasted, even if it may feel like it right now, but things are going slow so that you can process things internally, so that you can get right with yourself emotionally, so that you can meet the new demands of your new life that will come later, feeling much better, having more clarity about what it is that you really feel and want. So I think just needing to take it easy and just needing to know that if you're feeling like things are slow and a little bit of a standstill or a little bit of a lull, that you're exactly where you should be right now. Okay, so that's what I've got for you today. Thank you so much for watching my horoscope. If you like it, please like it on YouTube, subscribe to my channel, share it with your friends, and I will talk to you later.